bathing in the afterglow of another famous New South Wales victory on Queensland soil. Recording on a Wednesday morning, so it could be anything. Doing it for Neds. We love you. We miss you. We love you. Shout out to Neds.
We want to root you.
We want to root you, Neds, if possible. If that can be teed up, we will root you. All 7 games of rugby league coming up on the show. Still feels a bit like Bye Round Footy in some respects because we are entering the period of rugby league where teams are decimated by state of origin. Sebo, Roo, Eddie, Rando, Cody Totes, Chili, Willie Burns. Everyone's in here. How are we doing?
Good,
mate. Just basking that afterglow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That famous win.
Everything's coming up blue.
Yeah.
It's all coming up blue, baby. What can you say? Probably the greatest team ever assembled. Gets the job done in an emphatic fashion.
Yep.
13 plus hits.
Yep.
Tom and I, mate, we just made it rain money.
Oh, all our bets hit. It was great.
We had a great night.
Yeah.
We hugged, we kissed, we celebrated, got
Danced.
the drum out, we danced. So it was just like a great night for the state.
Yeah.
Great night for the state. Obviously, it's still Wednesday morning, so I don't know that for sure, but I'm trying to manifest.
Pre-Cogs, Minority Report, that sort of shit, you know?
Tom Cruise, is he retired?
No, dude, he said he's going to make movies till he dies.
Till he's 100. He wants to pass on the Mission Impossible franchise, though, to our mate who stole Bracey's career. What's his name again? I always forget his name.
Does he?
Yeah.
To that
Glenn-
guy.
yeah.
Glenn Powell.
Glenn
Yeah.
Powell, yeah.
Powell.
Yeah. Well, there must have been mates in Top Gun or
Glenn
something.
Powell's not that good, though, right? We can acknowledge that.
He's not that good, but like to be.
He's not Tom Cruise, dude.
No one is. No one can take over as
You
an
could
Ethan
pass.
Hunt.
When they're passing on a Bond, they take a little bit more care than just to give it to Glenn.
They're taking
fucking
serious
Powell.
care with the next Bond.
Although apparently it's going to be
so
that.
much care that it's been like 8 years, right? Like,
Dude, I don't even like the one that I'm seeing. I'm not
the
a
one
fan
I'm
of.
seeing. Who was it? Like, yeah, because
The kid in Kick-Ass.
that
guy.
that guy.
the kid in Kicker.
Yeah.
Well, that was ages ago. He was in.
Do you know
been
I
heaps of shit.
have a bet on a rival betting company
That guy?
before this show existed?
kid.
Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Aaron Tucker. Yeah, but look at him as a man now. He's a.
But
great-
I placed a bet on an old betting company which I don't use anymore.
before you were with them.
Before even was a thing about who the next Bond was, and I got him at such short odds, and it's so dumb. Richard Madden, Rob Stark.
Yeah.
I thought Rob Stark, because then he did that other show where he's like a spy, and I was like, oh, I can imagine him being suave.
That's
but
you. That is.
It
That
was
is being.
called, it was called Bodyguard.
Bodyguard, yeah. I was like, after seeing Bodyguard,
I
I
don't
was
think
like,
he had any James Bond.
No way, dude. That was you being swept up in the Game of Thrones emotion right there.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
all that was.
Aaron
Yeah.
Taylor Johnson. Okay, look, I can sort of see it.
He's
here.
a Yank, isn't he?
Yeah. No,
is
isn't
no,
he?
he can't be.
He's
They
British,
wouldn't
isn't he?
give it to a
Is he
Yank.
British?
Yeah, he looks British.
I mean, I'm all for
You look
Henry
British.
Cavill, but now he's done
English.
too many.
Okay.
like,
Yeah,
he's
He's
English.
English.
Thank
no,
God.
Henry Cavill can't do it. He's ruled himself out.
He
Yeah.
should, man.
He's done too much
Yeah,
stuff.
he's done all that stuff.
Too jacked.
You got to get someone sort of random.
Yeah, like I remember when Craig came in. I remember only seeing him in Tomb Raider, and I was like, "That guy's cool." Like in Tomb Raider, when he was like Lara Croft's kind of like love interest / rival.
Yep.
And then next time I saw him as Bond, I was like,
Yep.
"Great, this is fantastic."
Yeah.
Anyway, get on with it because we're due a Bond. I read something with Tom Cruise just to bow Tom Cruise. He's like, geez, I hope I'm not the last great the last great actor or movie star. I'm like,
No, movie star, yes. Actor's very broad, but movie star, yeah. Where you go, Tom Cruise movie, like I'm going.
so you reckon, there's got to be more movie stars coming through.
Well, there aren't any
No.
really.
There's no movie stars where you go, that name just at the top of the title on the DVD cover, not that they exist anymore, just means you're watching it.
Shyamalan. No.
No. Good. You can be a great actor,
Yes.
good actor, but movie star is a draw card that your name brings in.
DiCaprio?
At least
No.
100.
He's not a movie star. He's a phenomenal actor. He's a movie star, but he's not a. He doesn't do the
But
sort
he
of
doesn't do
movies.
blockbusters.
No,
He does Scorsese's. Like, they make money, but they're not making...
No, they don't make billions.
Yeah.
It's a good point.
Now, I just want to point something out. There's only really 3 of us talking right now.
I know my place.
There's only 3 of us talking. It's been dead silent down that end of the
He said
panel.
he's had a bad morning.
Yeah, oh no, I just know my place when it comes to movies, boys.
Oh, wait, you don't watch any movies?
I would have said he is a movie star personally, but
Tom Cruise.
No, I know. I'm saying
Leo.
he is. I'm saying, is he the last movie star?
Yeah.
DiCaprio.
Oh,
Last
no, you
great
said
movies.
DiCaprio.
I would have said DiCaprio's. But
We're all over the map here.
Yeah,
No,
listen,
he's like the
He's
best
just shitting
actor
his
who
little
chooses
pants
the
'cause of
best
accountability.
director.
that's what I'm saying. Is this an accountability quietness?
100%.
100 billion %. It's
Poo in his
accountability
pants. You got to
quietness.
come out.
He's got
swinging.
poo in his rugby league pants.
Poo-roo.
Poo-roo. Dolphins 44 defeat the Bulldogs 8. Herbie hits for Tom and Sebo at
Yes.
310.
Got to put my hand up.
Give me some knuckles.
I didn't put the correct wager on Herbie.
Yeah, I know. I've already adjusted
Okay.
for it.
Yeah.
That was what happened there, buddy.
Well, so
did you try to hide that in your post as well, knowing you fucked it up?
No, like it was right there on the post.
No, but like you put it behind the.
No, I
other
just tried to
ones.
do like a nice fan.
Oh, okay.
If he was trying to hide, he would have hidden it.
Because like the dribbler's zoning in on it.
No.
was so
The
fucking-
story there was that I placed a bet thinking I was going to do a wild card because Tom joined me. I was thinking about doing the under, so I'll just throw whatever $10 on now, and I'll come back to it. Never got back to it and forgot about it.
Why wouldn't you? Yeah, okay. Yeah. You were
Whatever.
playing
So
the
you
wild
got
card.
you
fucked
instead
up.
of winning 5 units, you won 3.
Yep.
So that was adjusted for. Rue had Avarillo at 4s, took that out for under 40.5. Either team less than 12.5, trying to be Mr. Fucking.
Oi, the weather. The weather's coming in. Don't worry about the weather. 13 plus.
The problem with
Idiot.
the problem with that bet, Rue, is that that's a regular season bet you've put on. That's not buy round.
There's bad bets and there's bad results. That was a bad result, boys.
And a bad
I
bet.
stand by that. It was not a bad.
That was
bet.
round 7. Gets up. That's
Not buy round.
Not
dude.
buy round.
Expect the unexpected. Like, what's the unexpected? Dolphins putting 44 points on the top of the table in what? It was about 100 mil rain almost.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, it was something like that.
Had 100 mil
I was
around
feeling
there,
great about it. I'd already cashed it.
There was a shitload of rain.
A shitload.
Thursday was biblical.
Mate, some of the golf courses up in Newcastle, I was planning to do a bit of a day trip up there. Underwater. Mate, it's an aquarium. Like, they're just...
Well, Dolphins thrive there, mate. You should have
Yeah.
known that.
It's good to see Jack Averillo score the try to push the overs, though. That was nice. That was a nice little final kick in the dick to finish the evening.
But I think you need to lean into the chaos a little bit more, Roo.
Yeah, that's
Like,
probably fair.
Sometimes you steer away from it. You know,
Yeah.
you shy away. You get overwhelmed.
Yeah, that's
You're not a storm chaser like us.
no.
You fucking melt on the Flemish cap, dude.
You got
Shout
to
out to
chase the
Perfect
storm.
Storm.
You got to chase the
You
storm.
got to chase the storm, mate.
And then, like halfway through chasing storms, we had to pull into someone's house and have sandwiches. You know what I mean? In Twister, when they pull to that house, it's like, oh, she makes the best gravy of all time.
I hate the term gravy. Like, over... like
You hate gravy?
No, the term over it's like tomato. Like I watched Nonnas. Shout out Vince Vaughn. Netflix.
Is it any good?
Oh, it's just like a nice little true story about some Nonnas, right? And Vince Vaughn's like, I want to know my grandmother's gravy. Like, and it's like, what is gravy? Is it tomato?
Gravy. What do you?
Gravy to them is also like spaghetti bolognese almost. Like,
it?
like Sunday sauce. Yeah, it's not gravy like
Well, that's
our
just not
gravy.
true. I won't
That's what I
accept
mean.
that.
That's
Well,
what annoys me.
right.
It's like them calling jam jelly.
Yes.
You know, it's like one of those things.
Fuck
Yeah,
me,
peanut
dude.
butter and jelly. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. That's not aeroplane jelly, mate.
No.
Eels 30 defeat the Seagulls 10.
Upset of the season.
Sebo under 46.5.
Jeez, having nearly footy Dean ruined my unders bet was just like that would have been like a Roo catastrophe almost.
Yeah.
But it wasn't, so we
That
banked
game
that.
sucked.
Anyway, Footy Dean didn't ruin your life, mate. Knights 25 defeat the Panthers 6.
Easiest bet of the round.
Tom had Knights into Fletcher Sharp at 466.
Easy.
Beautiful bet.
Knights.
No, mine's
little
easy. It's
bit.
better than round.
Well, yours is a great bet. Yours is
Mine's
the best.
easy. It's
Well,
better than
I'm
round.
building drama, Sebo. Knights plus 7.5 under 44.5. I bang at 312. But Sebo, Fletcher Sharp, first try score at $12.50. Take a bow, son.
Yeah.
Sebo 3 from 3 at this point.
I had the game on the living room. Right next to the living room's the bath. I was bathing the twins, and I could, you know, when you can't tell what's going on, but you can tell a try scored from the white noise of the living room, and I'm like, who the fuck scored? I'm like backing out, keeping an eye on the kids there so I can have both eyes, and I just see the slow-mo replay of Fletcher Sharp. I'm like, does he score it? Does he pass it to someone else? Like,
And then
what's
your eyes
going-
have left the children.
Like, yes, quick, hey boys, I'm back. Great bet.
It was, dude, he did a lot to score that try. He, like, carried a few people over the line.
Yeah.
That was a serious try.
Our times have changed from winning bets literally in the bath to bathing others, enjoying the bets. It's a real sign of the times for Sebo.
That's so true. He's no longer in the
Do you
bath.
still squeeze a bath in?
Not as much as I used to, but I do. I've had a couple recently because my back's been fucked. So yeah, I've had a couple in the last like 2 weeks.
Yeah, okay, that's good.
Guru had Gagai at $3.50. Note that he's 0 from 3 and hasn't got a leg. Hasn't got a leg. Roosters 42 defeat the Sharks 16. Kale into Mark, $6.07. I mean, that's genius punting, really.
Good
isn't it?
bet.
Tom was a Nico Shorts. Sebo had a $17.41 bet. He had Teddy Kale. They banged. Nickera doesn't. That's upsetting. Would have been 4 from 4. But the real tale of the tape here, punters and dribblers, is we gave the old 8-ball a shake last week because it was staring at me. Roo comes over the top and says, should we ask it if we should triple? It said yes. That's all it said. It wasn't all the bullshit you usually get with an 8-ball. It was just yes. Emphatic stuff. He goes, mate, the Roosters are fucking, their pack's fucking tiny, mate. They're missing muddy trips up front. All this shit. The rhetoric was very round, I don't know, 25, building into finals. Mate, sure, maybe it makes sense then. Formulaic. He forgets at Bye Round Footy, the Roosters go to town on the Sharks, 42-16. He had -9.5 tripled.
He also was like, when we were all musing about whether to get in, he's like, no, you can't copy me. And my trip was like, okay, dude, I won't. Fuck you.
So talk to us, please.
It's funny, like looking back in hindsight on my week that was the moment you picked up that 8-ball, everything was fucked. From that moment, it just started a series of fucked up events that screw up my weekend. Yep. And yeah, maybe you're right about Bye Round Footy. Maybe I just don't.
How many minutes
did
it take you in this game to realise you're completely fucked?
The first one was a pretty good indicator when I moved off a $4 thing to a $1 fucking.
No, I mean in the Sharks Roosters game, you're taking -0.5.
No, there was a lot of at halftime. I still thought I was a sniff.
Oh, you still thought you were a sniff then?
Yeah, as stupid as that sounds, and as stupid as it was, I still thought I was maybe a sniff.
Huge.
That's very cute.
Cam McInnes scored the third try in this game. When he scored, I thought,
yeah, but they did two of the easiest two-poo matrix tries, black cat kind of thing. Kick it in the air, catch, kick it in the air, catch. And it was the first 10 minutes, right?
Well, that gave me a little bit of confidence. I was like, okay, they're only scoring off kicks, but then they continued to score tries off kicks all fucking night.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it was a tough night out.
Mate, cute bet. Raiders 16 defeat the Warriors 10. Raiders +1.5 tripled by Tom, myself, and Sebo. Thanks for coming. Big salute sort of stuff. Huge implications on the leaderboard sort of stuff. That's just too easy. I mean, we picked it like a dirty nose. The conditions were horrific over there at Mount Smart Stadium. Pouring with rain. Every motherfucker was slipping over left, right, and centre. But
Warriors Tom also a false economy.
But Tom and I spotted frailties in the Warriors.
Yeah,
and they were exploited.
Yeah, exactly right. Did we short them? I'm not a fucking finance guy.
We shorted them.
We shorted the Warriors.
Yep. We shorted the Warriors.
We shorted them. The big short.
The big short.
And dude, sorry to Warriors fans, don't make this personal. Because you got in the comments like a bunch of salty bitches and then you lost. This isn't personal. We shorted you. Suck a dick. Listen, all right? I can't help it. You got shorted.
You got shorted. Get over it. Unit scoopers. Oh, do you want to say something?
Oh, just on Warriors fans from the weekend, I posted a thing about Joe Tarpno and how well he played and how hard he went at him. And
he was great.
Warriors fans are like, I wouldn't have done it if Barnett and Fisher Harris were there.
But that's not the point.
Did you watch Vegas when he did exactly that?
Go back to being the Warriors fans we loved when you guys sucked and you're just passionate. And now, you think you're a top 2 team. Just be happy being a top 4 or 6 team and get back to being the fun, up the was, how bizarre. Like those Warriors fans. Remember that song that came out?
Not really.
They did up the wires to the how bizarre thing. You know what I mean? They're the good Warriors fans.
But also, your team isn't a sooky emotional side. They're tough and gritty. They hang in.
Yeah.
I just don't think the fan base always reflects them at the moment, which is disappointing.
Listen, the fan base were a bunch of, we could have used some of the salt in Daylight's Daily Electrolytes.
Available now at begoodhealth.com.au, code dribblers for 10% off.
Don't be salty, drink electrolytes.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. We could have. Now, unit scoopers. Tom had 3 from 5. I had 1 from 3. Sebo had 1 from 5. Guru had none from 2. Note the none. And the Lippy had 1 from 4.
None.
You did get your hot seat though, son.
Yeah, well, you got the hot seat, but yes, sure. I did it to try and jinx you guys, and in no shock to anyone, that didn't work out.
Were you the first hot seater?
Yeah.
So you've gone 3 weeks, is it?
2.
Well, this will be your third.
Third week coming up.
Fuck yeah, Roo.
Shout out to Roo. The only thing you got all weekend, weekly leaderboard. Sebo had 4 from 6 bets, 7 from 12 legs. Just great punting, 15.47 units.
15 units without a scoop. Yeah.
That's
how you fucking do it. That's how you do it. Who needs a scooper if you can just fucking snipe
15
bets?
units without a scoop is biblical. Tom,
Well done.
3 from 6, 8 from 13 legs, 12.58 units.
Needed that. Holy fuck, did I need that?
I was 3 from 6 bets, 6 from 11 legs, 11.73 units. The Lippy, again, I called it out last week. You guys fucking suck. Stop putting on 30 to 1 bets. You are not going to hit one. None from 6, surprise, surprise, minus 2.4 units. But the big story, this makes for insane reading. None from 6 bets, none from 9 legs. Minus 13.83. Get the shovel.
Here we go.
Thank you, mate.
Put the shovel on, son. The overall leaderboard. Things are just getting a little bit spicy. I'm winning. I'll note here as well that I added in the KPP bets to this. This wasn't reflected in the weekly leaderboard.
People want to see the shovel, you know.
There you go.
People love the shovel.
People love the shovel, dude.
Glad I brought this. It's
No,
good.
you look great, mate. The
Shovel's been a great addition.
Yeah, it has. The KPP bet is reflected now in the overall leaderboard,
Okay,
but
great.
it wasn't reflected in the
Yep.
weekly leaderboard because it was the
Okay.
week before. Yeah, making sense? So I'm first, 28.65 units in the green. Sebo now moves to minus 9.7.
But I like that. That's pretty, like,
You're looking-
3 or 4 more units.
That's
I'm
about
about
even.
even.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're about even,
Yeah.
mate. Roo slips to third, minus 34.23. This is tight at the bottom. Lippy, 7 from 103 bets. Are you getting my point around them just stinking up the joint? Minus 35.2. And Tom plugged a huge leak.
Huge league.
Minus 42.12.
You're back.
I'm back, dude.
You're back.
You never
You can start playing again.
Yeah, no, I'm back playing. And that my bets reflect that I'm playing. But, I mean, fucking hell, I needed that so badly. And you might think, wow, minus 42 and you're smiling. You got to be grateful, dude.
It gives you play. It allows
Gives
you to
me room
play for a
breathe.
few weeks.
I can breathe again.
You can play. You can start playing rugby league again.
Yeah.
And look, all of us are in these reds without even hitting a unit scooper, right? So imagine if we hit a unit scooper, we'd be up.
We're not
you know,
all. Well, hold on. One of us hit one, didn't they?
Roo's hit one.
Ah,
Oh, God.
at minus 34.
Dude,
with
imagine if you didn't hit that.
Yeah, but you said that last year.
I'm
I
just
had to
saying
tell.
where you would be.
There will be another unit.
Where
scooper
you would
coming.
be
Brace
without
yourself.
Roo hits unit scoop.
I hit unit scooper.
But how many
It's
units
my
did you
DNA.
hit?
20.
20. Oh,
Yeah, 20.
wow.
Neither of you has
So
hit
he'd be
one
minus-
since
he'd
I
be
arrived.
last.
It'd be minus 54.
Woo!
That's insane.
I hit them. You
Hey,
guys
listen,
don't.
hey, you're carrying the shovel right now, buddy. You got to be careful.
You been careful?
Always.
That's calculated.
Let's punt. Loved that. First game we have got. This is Friday night.
Yep.
Dragons v the Knights, Jubilee Stadium. Didn't know that. That changes things for me potentially. $1.52 for the Dragons, $2.55 for the Knights, 5.5 to line, 45.5 to total points. Rando, how you doing, me old mate?
Doing great. The
Love that stats don't lie hat. When are they coming
mate,
out?
they're very soon.
Okay,
very
great.
soon. Stay tuned
Any
for
hold-ups?
that. Couple. We'll talk about it behind in the green room. But we will get into the games. Just a quick one. The underdog record. I wanted to make mention of that. It's at 44% this season, boys, which is the highest it's been after 12 rounds since data goes back to 2009. Now, of course, Queensland won last night, so that's another underdog win we've seen there. But no, that is definitely something to keep in mind. The underdog has won 7 straight games as well. That's why the Dragons-Knights game, that is just nothing I want to touch in terms of results. So I'll talk to you about the unders in this. 12 of the last 13 Knights games have gone under 45.5 points. Their last 9 night games have gone under 45.5 points. The last 4 meetings between these two have also gone under that 45.5 points. So I do like that unders bet. For try scorers, if you want some value, $5.80. Jacob Little, he's scored in 3 consecutive games at Jubilee Stadium. He scored 4 tries in his last 5 games, and bench players have scored 8 tries against the Knights this season.
Fucking hell,
They're
man.
good.
They're good stats.
They're really good stats, Rando. So applause to that. My concern is again around bias. It's just around buy around footy.
Yeah.
You know, like all those stats make complete sense. Jeez, if you got me on a good day, you'd almost have a fucking real think about giving that a big lead.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you went underdog here, this is just me. So if you went the dog in the Knights, into unders, into Little, 38-14.
Pretty good.
That's good.
I'll let you think about that. The unders I penciled in at 46. It's gone down to 45 now because obviously everyone's jumping on it. I had Sully in there. I don't trust these teams. Dragons versus Knights, it's a fucking Toy Story game. You know, they're like little pieces of Lego. Just they're not real teams. Like, it's just like, you know, when he's playing with his toys and he makes up all like that's the Dragons versus Knights really. Like, you're not going to trust these teams you can't trust a try scorer. You can't trust anything like that, especially in Bye Round Footy. I'm actually going to be in Orange enjoying some Guinnesses in Kilkenny by a fire in a pub. I don't want to have to single out one of these losers and have them as an ATS. I'm just going the unders here, 45.5. I'm not going to triple it or anything. I'm just keeping conservative, get off to a good start, build some momentum sort of thing.
So what's your bet?
Under 45.5, that's it, man. Like, that's all I'm doing. I Lego games I avoid.
I'm actually... Sebo... I like your Toy Story angle. I still am taking the dog though. I can't go little because again, I'm not taking any toys that aren't real. But if I go Knights into unders, that's 4-7. I'll take it. 407 Knights unders. You
Knights
sold
unders
me.
407.
Yeah.
I'm leaning into the unders as well. Got him at 46.5 last night. And Gutho, I think he'll cross in this one, $4.68.
My concern is that Callum Ponga will be back in the team.
That was the concern we were discussing, wasn't it?
And I think the Knights could fall back into bad habits.
We were basically like, we were saying this before we were in the green room before you showed up. The absurdity of this game is that you're like, oh, fuck, Ponga's back. I don't know if I can bet on the Knights now.
Yeah, but we haven't bet on the Knights because Callum Ponga's been in.
Well, but that's what I'm saying. I bet on the Knights last week. Without Ponga, they win. Now he's coming back. I'm like, I don't know if they win.
Yeah, I think you jump back off.
But the absurdity is also in these kind of Toy Story fucking make-believe games. It's the same storyline doesn't happen twice, you know, because the kid makes up a different story, like the puppeteer.
So maybe they win.
The Knights pumped like Penrith up, but can they do that again?
Well, no, but Ponga's back.
Can they
so
do that
maybe-
again?
But in a Toy Story game, there's still always a Woody, and that's Clint Gutherson.
Yeah.
So
I
Clint
can
scores,
yeah.
you know what I mean?
Reach for the sky.
And then I've got Lucas as well, just because the fucking kid's been up and about. 6:32.
Tell you the other little interesting storyline in this game that it's annoyed me for the last few weeks. Like, who's the halfback for the Dragons, in your opinion? Who's been the halfback all year for the Dragons?
Well, it's been...
Flanagan?
No. It's been fucking old, mate. But now it's King, isn't it?
Well, he's named Flanagan at halfback this week. I think Flanagan's been the halfback all season, but he's just given him the 6 jersey every week.
So what,
Debuted
not
this
making
young
a big-
kid, brought him in at 5'8". He's finally given Flanagan the halfback jersey this
Well, like,
week.
is it to like shield his son almost, or it's like, here, son,
I don't know.
put the
You
7
tell
on
me.
now.
It's
They'll
just a
crucify
weird
you.
storyline all season.
And so what are you getting at?
No, I just think it's interesting that in week game 12, he goes, oh, okay, I'll give
But
Flanagan
do you have
the
a
7
theory
jersey.
around what
No,
that-
I just think it's interesting. I just think it's weird that he hasn't.
Does he swap sides then, or is he just...
I doubt it. I don't
just-
think anything fucking changes. I just think,
It's just a number.
yeah. I just find it interesting that he's...
I think that he's going to 7 makes me like the Knights more. I don't know why. I mean, the Knights suck, and I reckon I promised myself I'd never bet on them again, but I'll take Knights unders. It's a fucking weird shit game. It's kind of bye-roundy.
That's very bye-roundy.
So...
And then the Lippy. Who's the Lippy?
His name, he seems to have all his names. I've got 4 names, like 2 middle names. Jake, George,
do you.
Andreas
I do.
Hurst.
What?
Jake, George, Andreas Hurst.
I think that Jake is the most out of place starting to that name.
Jake George, though. That's the...
George is regal-ish. George Andreas Hurst. It's like, Jake? Excuse me? What the fuck's going on there?
Yeah.
Jake.
You like having
it's a
Trent
mix.
George and Andreas
Yeah.
Hurst.
You've got a regal.
Thomas William George Birmingham. That is the most pompous fucking dick-sucky name of all time.
Yeah.
That's
But
probably,
it's
that's probably the widest name in history.
But
it
if you
is.
put Trent
Yeah.
William George Birmingham, you'd be like, what? That doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
That's incongruous. But anyway, what's it? So is it Jake?
Yeah, Jake,
George.
George, Andreas Hurst. Look, he's sent through some
JGAH.
bet slips, sure, but then the thing that really caught my eye was he was a chippy on Survivor.
Of course he was a chippy dude. Jakes
And-
are chippies, not exclusively, but like...
He built the Survivor set, so they gave him a legitimate Survivor bandana, and it's in the mail to me now. So
Okay,
Sending
so
it to you.
yeah.
dangerous precedent. Sebo is
No, I
accepting
couldn't give
bribes.
2 shits about any gifts. So it's like, oh, I'll send you a bottle of whiskey. No, I couldn't give you. But like something like
Well,
that.
What, you wouldn't accept whiskey
I'd be
for a fucking-
accepting
to put a
whiskey.
Lippy in?
Oh, maybe.
Of course you would.
You fucking liar.
That's such a fear.
I wouldn't accept whiskey.
No, but the Survivor thing's a bit more meaningful, right? It's like picked up because I've talked about it on the show. Like, you know what I mean? It's a bit more personalised.
Yeah, but
than
both
just
things
like-
can be
but-
true.
yeah.
You would be able to. You'd be probably the easiest bribe of all time.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
probably.
would.
So shout out to him. That's a special gift. Always wanted one as a kid.
Jake George, Andreas Hurst. Bit of Van
Like a
Helsing
legit one, not a very Van Helsing.
You should wear it on the show next week.
Yeah, I've got a plan for it.
You've got to wear the bandana, though, like Peter Fitzsimons.
You should start wearing that.
You got to wear that on the show.
I was going to do something golf related and wear it during a round. Maybe.
But what about this show?
What about this show?
I might.
Well, I mean, like this show is.
I think I've got to pull it. Yeah, I'll pull it out when I wouldn't wear. I'm going to do a round where I feel like it's the right time and it's Survivor themed. Like if you do it all the time, you take away its power. You know what I mean? You don't want to take away the power of something like that.
All right. Well, what's Van Helsing doing?
He's doing KPP at 7.25. Boring.
He's doing pokey machine bet for
shit,
Roo.
but I don't fucking hate it. Next up, Titans Storm. Even though KPP is on the blacklist, which is behind us.
Him at 7.25 is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, it is. It is. Titans v the Storm, Seabus Super Stadium. $3.70 for the Titans is short. And the Storm, $1.28. Line 11.5. The total 50.5 points. Rando.
There's going to be a bit of rain expected for this one, 5 to 10 millimetres expected during the day. Now, the Storm, they have won following a loss on 17 consecutive occasions. 4 of their last 5 wins coming off a loss have been by 24 plus points. They have won 10 of their last 11 day games, with 9 of those wins by 20 plus points. They have won 10 of their last 11 meetings against the Titans, and Craig Bellamy, he has won 7 of his last 8 meetings against his old foe, Desi Hasler, winning 6 of those games by 10 plus points too. So I think that line is worth humping for the Storm at 11.5. For try scorers, I am going to look to a Titans try scorer here because he is in the $2 and he scores most of the time. That is Alo Fiana Camperera, AKP. On top of that, he plays his 50th NRL game this week. He scored 22 tries in 20 games at Seabus, including 10 tries in his last 5 games at the venue. The Storm's right edge has just been horrific in defence, conceding 43% of their tries this season. A left winger has scored in 4 of the last 5 matches against them.
Storm 13 plus is just fucking absolute houses here. It's houses. Storm 13 plus, and then I'm going for 2 boys who didn't play State of Origin, who aren't backing up, and they're going to have to stand up for their club, and that's Jerome Hughes and Katoa. So Storm 13 plus, easiest bet of the round. Hughes, Katoa, you're getting 12.34.
Yeah. As a general rule of thumb, I won't walk past a prolific try scorer at $2 and not have a nibble. That's sort of been my constitution this season, and they fucking get up. A try scorer in the 2s, baby, you got to take it. So AKP goes in, and Katoa, I just can't see how the Titans can stop him. How can the Titans stop him?
Well, the Titans aren't good. No disrespect.
They suck. They're probably the worst team in the comp, with all due respect,
Outside of Penrith.
who are coming last. But I think when it's all said and done, I think, well, Desi might have a spoon. Unfortunately. Hate to say it. So AKP and Katoa, 563, which I don't mind. Pretty good odds.
The only thing that could stop Katoa from scoring this weekend is all 4 of us betting on him.
Don't worry, I'll take mine.
Well,
out.
that's a great point.
I'm changing.
Thank
Good.
fuck. Okay,
Yeah.
Katoa first, second, or third. I'm taking. Been a while since we've hit on one of these. $6.80. I think that's too good for him.
I had Hughes, Katoa, Pap. Seems like a great bet, sure. But I have to remember the rule I set myself when I think a flushing's about to happen. And it's like, don't get too crazy with the try scorers. I liked Rando's stats about the 20 plus and all that sort of shit. Back in when I used to play, I don't know what rugby league it was in 2015, in our house, if you were beaten by 19 or more points, you'd owe the person like an eye fillet. And that, 3 converted tries. 19 was like, you owe a stake. So I'm going to take Storm minus 19.5 at 280 because I just think there's a big flushing aboard. Like they lost their last game. They've had a bye. The only good Titans players are coming out of Origin. They're going to be tired. Like 19.5, 280. I'll take that.
I'm actually also changing slightly what I'm doing, and by slightly I mean heaps. I'm tripling 13 plus. 13 plus tripled. That's it. Just simple. Keep it
Hang
simple.
what?
205.
I love this version of Tom.
Same.
It's good to have it.
Got to be in it to win it.
I love it as well. Any considerations around Bye Round Footy come into this or no?
No. Fuck it, dude. Storm 13 plus.
But Storm, their
So
best
zero
players haven't
consideration.
played Origin. Like,
Zero consideration?
Storm's just plays. Well, some of them have Harry
Well,
Grant. and
But like
Cameron Munster.
Cameron Munster
Yeah.
and Xavier Coates. But I don't give a fuck, dude. They'll either back up or they won't. They'll still
Pappy,
win.
Hughes,
Pappenhausen,
Katoa, like there's
No,
enough.
but is
there's
this
enough.
regular season logic?
But that, maybe the thing is that maybe if they
Feels
will
like-
rest Munster.
They'll either back up or they don't.
Munster will be rested.
Yeah,
either they
win or they don't.
No, but I'm saying without Munster, I think they still beat the fuck out.
Munster will be rested because they got Wishy, right?
Yeah.
he'll be
No,
rested.
I'm neither here nor there, gentlemen. I'm merely musing with you about the potential onset of biosis.
No, I get it. Storm win 13 plus.
Okay.
Titans' first opportunity at Bye Round Footy to. They'll be up and about.
If Tino hadn't
they'll
nearly
be
killed
up and
himself in
about.
Origin, then
this is their
maybe.
time.
No
They're at home.
way. Well, fine then. Bet on them fucking 13 plus, you losers.
Not in a position to bet, unfortunately.
Neither am I, dude.
I will say this. I'm liking this out of Tom because you've been asleep all season.
Because
I've
honestly,
been asleep all season.
No, but honestly,
no, I haven't.
No,
You
your
guys
bets
would
have been
I'd be
fair.
down $40 from being asleep.
dude, honestly, take the
no,
compliment
but
because
your
you
bets
used to
have
do-
your bets have had no thought whatsoever.
no soul. You'd go, I'm going to throw in
Well, I
this
just
'cause-
done a good bet. Why don't we just lift me up
That's what
on
we
the
did,
wings of
and then you
angels?
defended
No,
yourself.
you're not. You're saying, oi.
I just
it's a
said-
backhanded compliment.
I just
Tom,
said
your
I
bet's
like-
good. You're a fucking loser. Like,
I just
oi,
said I
fuck
like
you.
this, Tom.
Fuck off.
What was that fucking lame triple you put on a try score with the absolute like most soulless bet of all time?
Satili Tupanua.
That's exactly that's what I'm talking about. That was Tom asleep at the wheel.
I thought you were talking about, well, I've got a wingers at 2s and I throw in whoever, and then you got to take him at there. Yep, that's 74.56.
yeah.
That was when I was fucked, mate. That was when I was on
Yeah,
my
yeah, yeah.
ass.
7-league multi doesn't get up.
That was when I was in
But
trouble.
now you're back. We're giving you the compliment that you're
No,
back.
you're not.
Well, I did. I said it's good to see Tom back having a crack. And you've woken up. I said that. I
Fuck
gave you your
off. Oi,
flowers,
fuck off.
and you got cut.
Fuck off.
That's a better bet than your Satili bet.
Well, no, that's true. It is a better bet than Stilly bet. Stilly bet was tough.
Lippy, Titans to score 11 to 20 points. Storm to score 21 to 30 points at 6:48.
Heaps.
Trying to get tricky.
Titans to score 11 to 20. Storm to go 20. That's fucking. You know,
I would
Van
say-
Helsing wasn't a good movie.
I would say
It
this.
wasn't, and that's a bad bet.
Mate, they're horrific odds as well. Like, if you're going to do something a bet like that, you just got to make it clean. The compounding of those two on top of each other makes it fucked.
For 648 as well, you'd rather just not get the bet up.
Well, he doesn't get betting, so there's that.
All right, Cowboys
Stick to set building, mate.
wrecked and killing vampires dressed as Hugh Jackman. Titans v the Storm, Seabus Super Stadium, $3.70 for the Titans, $1.28. No,
We just
sorry,
did
just
that.
did that one. Cowboys, Tigers, Queensland Country Bank Stadium, $1.42 for the Cowboys, $2.95 for the Tigers. The line is 9.5 and the total is 49.5. Corbs, what do you got?
It's going to be dry in Townsville for this one, and this meeting has big overs about it. Last 5 meetings between these two sides have gone over 49.5. Last 4 meetings between these two sides have had 70-plus points scored in them. 4 of the last 5 Tigers games have gone over 49.5. 3 of the last 4 Cowboys games have also gone overs as well, so I do like that over 49.5 market for this game. For try scorers, Samuel Fainu is the guy I'm singling out here. He scored in 2 of his last 4 games. He scored in both games he has played against the Cowboys. Left second rowers have a 70% strike rate against the Cowboys this season, including a try in 3 of the last 4 games. And the Tigers, their attack has been left side heavy, scoring 73% of their tries in the last 5 weeks.
This is consistently the weirdest fucking game in rugby league over the last 3 years.
Yeah.
It's just...
Oh, even back to Thurston days. Like, they used to beat JT somehow, the Tigers up there.
Yeah.
There is something, right, where the Tigers beat the Cows. Like,
It was more at
than they
Leichhardt.
should.
I think Thurston never won at Leichhardt or won one game at Leichhardt or something like that.
the last 3 years, it has
the
just
one
been a
knock on his career.
clusterfuck of points.
And then
in
one
every
time,
single one of these games.
one team beat them by 70, and then
Yeah.
the other time they beat them by 70.
The next game.
Yeah.
next game.
So I'm leaning into that chaos. I'm going to go the over 48.5. I think that's a shit in. Purdue, who'll get plenty of touches of the football. Taruva on the sting. Buller at fullback. I'm going to go the Tigers to win. I think there'll be a bit of a bounce back from the Tigers week. Galvin's gone. I think they'll pull together off the back of that. 52-65. I think this is a potential just points-a-thon that you can have a crack at.
Say it again, Roo, with a bit more like conviction and passion, and it's an immortal bet. You know what I mean?
Right, so he's
already done, dude. It's already done.
He's already done it with a week.
It's over 50. It's an immortal.
It's over 50.
It's
He gets
home,
it
so fuck this.
Now, I see Tigers Cowboys Bye Round Footy 5:30 p.m. on a Saturday up in Townsville. This reeks of Tigers fucking pounding them 13
fuck
plus.
off.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just like,
dumbest
that's what
bet
it
of all-
reeks
that's
of.
the worst
It
bet of
reeks
all
of the
time.
Tigers going up there and just going, what the fuck? Where did that performance come from? Or the Cowboys just do not get out of bed. That's what I'm banking on. Maybe like a 40-0 or something like that. Just really just rub it into your
Absolute
guts, son.
bullshit.
Tigers 13 plus at $8.
Rub it into your guts.
Okay, now that you got that off your chest, what's your actual bet?
Tigers 13 plus at $8. That's my bet.
Wow.
Yeah.
Alright.
I mean, I don't mind that bet. I'm not taking it. But
No.
$8.
It's a lot.
It's a good bet.
I like it.
I'm taking the Tigers light, which is 9.5, because the Tigers upset the Cows all the time. It's bye round. Tyrrell May's just going to be out there taking names. You know what I mean? Like the forwards for the Cows are all going to be
Bumbag
tired
stuff.
from Origin. Just like he's going to,
Just
you know,
writing down names and putting them in
he's
his
just going to
bummy.
be taking names for 80 minutes, I think. So 9.5, I kind of like. Scotty Drink on the other side, though. I think the Cows do score some points. I think he's due because he had a shocker the last time he played.
Scotty Drink.
Yeah. 458. I like that because it's like a double ender in a, sort of, where I've got a try score on one side, then the other team plus 9.5, when essentially this is a coin flip game. No one knows what the fuck's going to happen. 458.
Yep. I'm just having a look here really quick. What's our bumbag mate called? Terrell May. No, I'm not doing that.
What's he out for trying this guy?
7.
That's pretty good.
They've
not
got
bad.
2 wingers on the bench. He'll have to play as per at least 70.
7s ain't bad, is it?
He's going to be out there, honestly.
Have a look, son.
Well, but I mean, I've got Heath Mason. Now, some of you might look at me and go, Heath Mason? What the fuck are you thinking? Well, he was my first ever flex player in my 2025 Supercoach team, and that was before I really knew what a flex player was. I'll be honest with you, I had no idea. He was playing fullback, though, at the time. He's now got the 6 on his back, and the Cowboys, everyone's predicting the Tigers win here. I'm going to keep it clean. I like Terrell May, and the bumbag might be a breadcrumb, but maybe not now that I said it. Heath Mason, anytime at 480, more ball in hand is good for Heath Mason. Any stats around a 6 scoring for the Tigers or against the Cowboys would also be good. I don't care, but it would be nice to hear.
Yeah, as I was saying, I like that left side channel.
Bang,
pounding
good enough.
against them.
Good
Yeah.
enough. Heath Mason, 480. The
That's
only
it.
Heath as far as I'm aware, in the NRL.
I think so.
Heath Lestrange was the last one, I think.
Lestrange, yeah.
Yeah.
Reckon the bumbags made it to North Queensland yet? This is a staple
past
piece up
customs.
there.
Oh, he takes that, bro. I think he takes that bumbag.
I'll be on debut up
Has
there.
he taken it with him?
No, I mean,
Or do
has it
people
made
wear
an
it up there?
appearance up there yet? Like, is it-
No, Queensland's still kind of
Nah, dude, Reece Walsh gets around in fucking
Yeah.
$3,000 bum bags.
Okay,
But
but North Queensland.
North
Different kettle of
Queensland.
fish again.
Good point.
But most people in Brisbane are still wearing like Havianas and ripped blue jeans. You know what I mean? Like it takes a while. For the
Queenslanders
fashion.
all just wear thongs, eh? And I got nothing against thongs.
No.
Thongs are an Australian staple, but
It's
they
a-
wear them all year.
They wear like the 2009 Fun Boy stuff, and
Yeah.
it's like, guys, it's 2025.
Come on, like, you are
like what?
so backwards up there.
Like I appreciate the Queenslanders who are still flannelette country kind of tin roof. North. I'm like, you guys are cool. The guys in Brisbane who try be Sydney, that's who I feel sorry for.
Sorry, guys.
Like,
We feel sorry for you.
we still, I feel really bad for you. You're still wearing crew necks from General Pants. Like,
Yeah, General Pants is massive in Brisbane. Yeah. Bigger than it's ever been. Lippy night. Derby Taruva 335. Sure.
Is Darby the one that's had a shocker the last couple of weeks?
Scores tries, but
He scores tries, but he's got
50
shockers
errors.
in it.
Yeah, okay.
Big old shockers.
He got kicked to death by the Panthers, I believe.
Yes, and then they still drew. Seagulls, Broncos, 4 Pines Park, $2.15 for the Seagulls. Bunch of outs. Broncos $1.72. The line is 3.5, and the total 47.5. Rando.
stats are pretty out the window for this game. Manly, of course, they've lost 3 consecutive home games. They haven't lost 4 straight at home in the same season since 2020. They've got Lehigh at fullback. Manly are 3-5 with him at fullback, losing their last 3 games with him in the number 1. But then you look at the Broncos. They've lost all their last 5 games, as favourite. They've failed to cover the line in 8 of their last 9 games as favourite. They also haven't played at 4 Pines Park since 2014. In fact, just 3 current Broncos players in that 1-17 have played at the venue in their career. That's Adam Reynolds, Jesse Arthurs, and Corey Jensen for those playing at home. So absolute minefield this game. You'd think the Broncos would get it done without Turbo, but you just never know with this Broncos side. For try scorers, bit of the same. Jason Saab and Selwyn Cobbo looked the best for those two. Selwyn Cobbo scored a hat-trick in 2 of his last 3 games against the Seagulls, whilst you got Jason Saab, who has scored in 7 of his last 9 games at Brookvale Oval. But Tolu Kula, I'll keep hitting back at him. He scored in 4 consecutive home games. He has a 50% strike rate this season, and a left centre has scored in 2 of the last 4 games against the Broncos, if you're looking for a bit more value.
You like the look of the unders?
The unders does look nice. I do like it. I do like it indeed. Let me find the stat for it.
I've been quite critical this year of the Seagulls, unfortunately.
You've had no choice, mate.
I've been forced against my will into criticism, and it's not what I want to do, and it's not what I'm about, and it's not how I was raised. Okay, it's not how I was raised. But here we are. I think that this has the potential to be a real stinker. Saturday night, Broncos are fucking awful. We've been going like a busted. I think there could be little to no action. Under 47.5 into Cooler, who is by far our best player this season. He's the only one having a proper crack. Unfortunately, it pains me to say, but it is what it is. That's $6.12.
This game, I'm emotional about it as well. Like, I'm not going to watch it. I'll also be in Bali, so I won't be able to, or at least I'll be actively avoiding it.
I think just take a week.
Well, no, it is a stinker. Like I call the when the boys do a poo in the morning, I'm like, "Have you done your stinker yet?"
Yeah, it's a barley belly. It's a barley belly.
So you change their stinkers in the morning, and you want to avoid the stinker, but you have to do it. Like you've got to do it, and it's just. It's kind of sad that the Broncos and Manly, who everyone probably tipped to make like top 4 this year, have turned into stinkers.
Mate, this was, I think at the start of the season when the draw came out, this was touted as like a glamour fixture.
Yeah, it was. So what I'm going to do with this is just try and take something for myself, right? A piece for me. You know, what is it? 1 for you and 1 for the C, or 3 for the... I don't know what it is. But Cooler, as Eddie said, he's been our best. Homole... Because that's it. But what I'm going to try and do out of this game is wrangle a Stags. I will never bet on an opposition team to do anything in a Manly bet. I just won't do it, but I am doing it this time. So I'm going to try wrangle a Stags in a game that I don't know the result. I don't know what's going to happen.
So Cooler because he's the best, Hamole just cause, and Stags.
Because I'm trying to wrangle one. But like if I'm going to wrangle a Stags in a Manly game, I'm taking our best player and I'm taking our most intimidating. To wrangle the Stags, right? Mm-hmm. Our most intimidating is Hamole. Mm-hmm. Our best is Cooler. Yep. Stags, because we'll probably let that fucking happen. Yeah. You're going to get $20.16.
Well, you got there in the end. It was just a bit lacking before.
I can see the thought process. I looked at this and just go, that's a stinker. That's a twin stinker.
That just pains me to know that that's where we're at. We're in Stinkerville.
And if you're in Stinkerville, you may as well wrangle a Stags. That was my thought process. Try to get my 4th Stags. And it's like, you know what? Take Arthur's. He looks like the guy where, like, before social media, and you could easily look someone up, but, like, maybe you like a chick, and she might like someone else, and you find Jesse Arthur's MySpace, and you just see him, like that guy, like, fuck, he's so hot. Looks like he surfs. Looks like like he just looks like a guy that can just steal your crush kind of vibe. And him playing at number 1. Oh yeah. I'm going to take him because that's how you get a Stag sometimes. You don't always have to take the strongest guy. You can take just
I don't even think he's stealing your crush. He's already fucking your crush.
Yes.
It's not even that he steals it. You never have a chance.
Exactly.
Alfred's hat is still on.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so when you're thinking about that, you'd go, who looks like someone who probably already can wrangle a Stag? The guy can fuck your crush. Like, so Stags Arthur's 6.18.
Yeah. Hey, just on your previous bet with Ola Kawatu, I feel like he gets a bait every single week. He scored 1 try in 10 weeks. Is he getting into blacklist territory?
He has for me.
Like, what more do you have to do if it's 1 try in 10 weeks? You get bet on every single week.
And you're still in the high 2s.
Well, listen, what I'm hoping where is he? He's 295.
I completely agree. I think he's on the B list.
Yeah. If he was 350, you go, okay. But if you're in the high 2s,
no, but mate, 1 in 10, statistically, if he scored 1 in 10, you're looking for $10.
Yeah, but you're never going to get an actual value.
Not.
But at least
if 3's still on.
Well, what about, is there any value? Like, if you pick an anytime try scorer who's currently on the blacklist, do you get anything from that, or is it just more that it's just he's on the blacklist?
No, I don't think you get anything.
Okay, well, I'm just looking for obviously ways to get
I don't hate the idea.
It's a bit clunky.
Not really. If they're on the blacklist, you get...
No, I think it's like
a bonus unit or something. Or
No, I think it's like the blacklist is there to help guide us, and if you manage to get a couple guys on the blacklist or something, or 3 guys, imagine that, and you reference the blacklist, and it's a unit scooper, and it's only $35. Like, that's conversation for immortality, that you wrangled the blacklist. So it allows like a little bit more storyline, a little bit more guidance, but it's going to get too confusing if we all like include him there, so an extra unit there. Like, it's just, it's a bit of a guide.
It's a guide. Yeah.
Raymond's scored 1 in his last 11. Olukwatu scored 1 in his last 10.
Yeah, well,
so I think if he
Raymond's on
doesn't
the
score
blacklist.
this week, he should go on the blacklist.
I think he could be on there now.
I almost think he's on there now.
It won't change me trying to wrangle my Stags this weekend, but I think you're right. I think he's probably on there now.
I am taking a little lesson from Bye Round Footy last week in that Jake Averillo got his opportunity at fullback. He scored. Fletcher Sharp got his opportunity at fullback, did well. In this game, 2 guys get their opportunities at fullback, Lehigh and Arthurs. I'm going to pair both of them up at $6.49.
Don't mind it. Quick question, just read blacklist.
Yes.
Because we kind of need to. I think it's got to be consensus for someone to get on the blacklist, as in we all need to be in like agreement that someone's on there. It can't just be like a personal preference thing. Then to get off the blacklist, does one of us have to be on that person?
Yeah.
So it's like if you're on Homole or I'm on Homole, whatever, and each scores, it just removes him from the blacklist because someone's managed to salute with him.
Yeah.
You've got someone needs to salute with him. You can't just score.
Can't just score and no one's on him. Excellent.
Sweet.
Setting parameters, you know.
Well, it's important. The Lippy, Manly 1-12, Homolo 8.34. I mean,
It's just a 2023, 2024 bet, these Hamole bets. Like, I love him as a player, but
No, mate, the astute punters were off Homolo weeks ago.
Yeah.
week 4, max. Yeah.
That's the astute punters.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm not one of those, mate. I bet you we go back a couple of weeks, like literally 3 weeks. There'd be a Homole and Eddie's
Oh, of course it would. But that doesn't suit my current narrative. No. That people in the ground don't get on.
Don't get on. Rabbitohs v the Warriors out at a core stadium. Take it from me. The Rabbitohs hate that joint. Take it from me.
Hate it. Looking to get out.
Shithole.
Take it from us.
Get me out of here. $2.05
Take it up, Buttercup.
$2.05 for the Rabbitohs, $1.77 for the Wars, 1.5 the line, and 45.5 the total points. Random stats guy, Mr. Corbet, Chappelle Corbet. What's up?
It's going to be dry on this Sunday afternoon for this game. Now, the Rabbitohs, they may hate playing at a core, but they've been doing pretty well there. They are 3-0 as the designated home team this season at the venue. The Warriors, bit of a danger game for them. They've lost 8 of their last 9 games against the Bunnies. They've lost 5 of their last 6 daytime fixtures. And Jamie Humphries, when he suits up for the Rabbitohs, not only is he looking hot, but the Rabbitohs are winning. They are 6-1 this season with him playing in the halves. For try scorers, Alex Johnson, he's scored in all 7 games he's played on the wing against the Warriors. He scored in 2 of his 3 games this season. Of course, the Rabbitohs' left edge is their favoured side. The Warriors' right edge in the last 5 weeks has been disastrous. They've conceded 72% of their tries down that side, 35% exclusively down their edge. If you're looking for a bit more value, Luke Metcalf, he's scored 7 tries in 11 games this season. Now, the top scoring position against South is the left half. Whilst Luke does usually play on that right side, his heat map for tries being scored is on that left side. So I don't mind him. A little bit of a heat map.
Oh, I love it. Rando, I love it, Rando. I love it. I'm taking Bunnies. I'm taking Bunnies to win here. And if you're taking Bunnies to win, you are throwing an AJ in, obviously. But I've gone Bunnies to win, AJ into a Metcalf, $10.47. The Warriors, I don't want to disrespect you anymore. I love you guys. I'm half Kiwi. Don't forget it. But it's time. False economy in that. I'm shorting you again. 10.47, Bunnies AJ Metcalf. That's a bet.
Yep.
Sebo?
I'm just doing a rando bet here, if you will. I just thought I'd try my hand at this because,
The entity.
like, the Bunnies being favourites here is a bit, wigs me out a
They're
little
not
bit.
favourites.
Are
They're
they?
not.
Well,
They're
like,
underdogs.
close enough. Like, it's the line's 1.5, pretty much, whoever's favourite. Like, to be that close, I want to stay away from results. Obviously, I want the Rabbitohs to win, but it's just like, the Warriors are a pretty serious team. And they're coming off a loss. So I'm staying away from results, doing a little kind of double-barrel shotgun. You know those old shotguns where you just put 2 fucking bullets in, just shoot it?
Yep.
Don't care what happens. The spray's massive. It'll kill something within 10 metres. Doesn't matter where the bullet goes. So I'm taking RTS, AJ, 2+ tries combined. So if Roger gets 2, AJ gets 2. It's done. If
That's
one
how
each,
it works.
like,
Wow, that's crazy. Yeah. Wow,
so I'm just
Roger can
like,
get 2.
yeah.
Or we get 1 each.
Exactly. So I'm just doing it for 2. What is it? 2.30. It's just a fucking
Or
simple
Roger
bit.
can get 2.
Or Roger get 2.
Yeah.
Like,
Or they can get 1 each.
Or they get 1 each.
But if neither of them score, then the bet doesn't get up.
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
That's all I'm doing.
Okay.
Simple.
Listen, Warriors were exposed last week as being a false economy. However, they do keep games gritty and tight. Ones that they win, tight. Ones they lose, tight. So I like either team less than 10.5 points here into an AJ. Will not walk past an AJ in the street. Won't do it. Can't do it. Not doing it. $3.31.
Good bet. Like
Yeah,
that
it's
bet.
a good bet because both these teams don't lose by much when they lose, unless it's playing the Storm.
I've got the Wars bouncing back with their middles back in. I think they'll win in a tight one, 1-12, and Rocco Berry returning the centres. I like Rocco Berry. 6.25 for that. I like it.
Van Helsing.
And Lippy having a crack at a market that should be paying more than this. Golden Point, $17.
Why has he got golden point? Yes.
Oh, like that's what the bet is. It normally says, will there be extra time? Yes.
Oh,
and so I
gotcha.
just wrote it in as golden point, yes.
It's just not enough.
no,
but like,
it's
if
not.
you actually think about it, I agree. But if you think about it, there has been quite a few extra times. And so...
Not really.
How many has there been this year?
I don't think
So you need one in every second week.
17. It's one every 2 weeks.
Yeah,
There's
one
been
in
2
how many
this
golden
year.
point games has there been?
I think there's been 2. The
Only
Cowboys
2.
Panthers game was 1, and I think there was 1 more.
Only
Tiger
2
Sharks,
this year.
yep.
Okay, no, that's terrible odds then.
Mate, the odds are horrific.
I thought there was at least like 5.
It's a fucking putting a ball in a clown's mouth at the Dubbo
Yeah.
show. That's
Show him what a clown mouth looks like.
Stunning.
Yep.
The show's still going around, like the Mossy Show and
Yes.
shit, like with all the classics. Are the classics still there?
Yeah, Dubbo show's in May, mate. It goes over 3 days. It's a must see event.
You can still get a good honest clown mouth, I think, at Luna Park.
No, but I like the difference between like Easter Show and Luna Parks is that I like the country shows where the carny to ratio
Yeah. No,
the
ride
carnies-
ratio is massive.
Well,
So
they're
like,
actual carnies.
yeah, you want to be surrounded by carnies and then the odd ride and then a showback thing, not just like ride. You just want to be in the mayhem of like clown mouth, duck thing, try crawling ladder thing, hammer thing.
Yeah,
like
carnies
get
trying to
him-
rip you off.
Yeah. Like,
I want to know I've got a million carnies trying to rip me off.
This is the ultimate carny ride. I think it's in Dubbo. It's called like the Ghost Train or something like that. And you get onto it. It's basically you hop into a little Dodgem car and you're driving through it. They haven't even bothered set dressing this fucking thing anymore. There might be a skeleton on the way, and then it's just pitch black. And carnies jump on and off the Dodgem car thing that you're in, like the little car you're in, which is scarier than
like a
any-
haunted house one.
It's like a haunted
Yeah, we had
house,
one of
but
them
it's
in
just,
Mossy.
it's just a
Yeah.
carny just like,
It's just carnies scaring you, like, like just catching
Because
you
you
off
think
guard.
the Mossy one, there was at least like, a few clowns and vampires.
Yeah,
and
no,
then the
there's none of
carny's
that.
hand would just like grab you.
Dude, I'm
from
pretty sure
nowhere.
Willie B ripped a carny's glove off. Like, he had like a skeleton glove that would like scratch as you went past, and Willie B's going like, fucking, what the hell was that? And ripped his glove.
It should be relabeled carnies in the dark. Anyway.
I think carnies will always be with us.
Yes.
I hope so. Jesus
Forever?
Christ.
Not forever.
Not forever?
obviously. No,
Not forever.
Not forever?
As in forever ever?
Why not? Well, no one will be with us forever. We won't with
Okay,
us.
so a carnie's around in like 100 years, you reckon?
Yes, yeah. As long as there are humans, there are carnies.
Yeah.
I don't think there'll be enough demand for shows in 100 years where
Why?
like kids will be getting
Yeah, I
tech
think it'll be a
versions, virtual.
yeah.
There won't be like
People
Virtual
still want to
carny.
get out in the real world, dude. There's nothing more real world than
I know,
carnies.
but they'll go to a park or a beach or something. But like the carny profits would be tanking because back in the day, say you're talking 70s, when no one had a TV, like the carnies would have been raking. it
Sure,
in.
that was the glory day of the carny, but
Carnies
like-
have been on a decline. I reckon.
And
We
we want to
ran
get
the
in the real
numbers
world
once.
because we lived in the real world. In 100
Step
years'
right
time,
up
it's
and
going to be
hear
very
the
different.
amazing carny freak. I reckon no. Listen, the carny scrape, like what they're making, is probably going down. But I think people still like to get out to a show. Especially when you got kids, you just want to fucking find things for them to do.
100%, but I just think the carny culture of going from town to town.
You reckon the
ripping
carny-
off
it'll be-
people.
you reckon it'll be more
There'll
like-
be less carnies. There'll be less people with the carny
Like
dance. It's the
conglomerates?
same as
Like
like
a carny moving
think
to the top
about
of the pyramid in a
Succession
suit?
and shit. Like so many shows, Succession or Sopranos. Like the guy's an alpha and his children just suck. So
Look
like
at that Google. A carny's on the decline.
But think about the show Succession, and you got the boss head dog there, whatever his name is. Roy. And then his sons and daughters are all just fucking like want to be like him, but they're not part of that world. They're just a bit of fuck ups. I think the actual Carnies, like the generational, each generation they'll lose it.
I think the Carnies have been in decline since.
I'd say peak would be World War II.
The 80s.
Peak would have been World War II, where it's just like our young boys are come meet at the fair, and like everyone.
Well, but I didn't even know if that would have been their peak because there weren't many people around then.
But they would have needed the Carnies. They didn't have the TV. They didn't have news.
What about post-war? Everyone's like, thank fuck that was over. Let's all go and celebrate
having wholesome family time.
Yeah, let's go and bob for apples.
You
did there.
And then
very unhygienic.
Since the invention of the Sega, I think you could tie it to the decline.
True.
Shout out to Carnies.
And the decline of the nuclear family, punters and dribblers. Panthers, Eels, Combank Stadium, $1.62 for the Panthers, $2.30 for the Eels. The line is 4.5 and the total 45.5. Shout out to the Carnies. Rando.
It's going to be dry for this game at Combank. Now, the Eels are a bit of a smoky here. They have won 3 of their last 4 meetings at Combank against the Panthers. They have won their last 3 games as underdogs at Combank as well, whilst the Panthers, they've lost 5 of their last 6 games at Combank and haven't won there this season. The big one, though, the Eels, they haven't lost a round 13 game this decade, winning all 4 games on this round. So they do like Bye Round Footy. For try scorers, Zachy Lomax, he's at 2s. He's scored 6 tries in 6 games that he's played with Mitch Moses, including obviously a double in their first NRL game together against the Knights. He's also scored in 3 of his last 5 games against Penrith, and the Panthers' left edge has been their weakest in the last 5 weeks. But if you're looking for a bit of storyline bets, Blaze Talangi coming up against his old team. He has a 67% try scoring rate at Combank. He's also scored in 3 of his last 5 games. And then you got Isaiah Iongi up against his former club, the Panthers. He has scored 4 tries in his last 4 games at Combank, and fullbacks have scored 6 tries in 11 games against the Panthers this season. They're both at 3s.
Give me Lomax at 210. Just give me Lomax. That's all I need. I'm not going to be a greedy guts.
Yeah.
No point.
I'm going the other side of the field, any kind of other side of the field stats with Joshy Carr, because I saw something last week. Fuck, you'd be pissed off if you had some sort of dream omen mystics thing where last week they go, there's going to be 4 try scorers that start with the J for the Eels. And he'd be like, sweet, let's bet Joshy Carr. Jordan Samrami goes over. Then Joash. Then Jack Williams. Then Jermaine Hopgood. Like, just got shorted out on the J's there.
Yeah, you did.
And so I'm just thinking he's
you
owed
shorted
one.
on J's, did you?
Well, yeah, I'm thinking.
There a J shorty?
There's a J. A J is owed a try. Joshy Carr is owed a try.
Or you could argue that there'll be no J's. J's are used up.
Maybe the last J comes
Or
in.
the alt J.
The alt J, yeah. Shout out to
Sebo's
like every
favourite
chick's favourite band, in like 2000 and... Chicks loved that band.
2008?
And Tobler.
Tobler and Chicks.
Chicks and Tobler.
So that's just any stats to me, the Miranda.
I feel like the Fox is starting to get into blacklist territory. Hasn't scored in his last 3 games, even though the matchup has been there for him. The Panthers, they've only conceded 6% of their tries down their right edge in the last 5 weeks. So it's all
I have to
going
back
right
myself.
edge.
Last time I did this and I jumped off at bang, so I'll happily lose it. I just feel there's a J that will bang. And
I'm just, well, you know what? I was going to jump off as well, but I'm going to just show a bit of fucking chutzpah, and I'm going to combine them both. Lomax and Joshy Carr both at 210, 422. Maybe a greedy guts bet. Maybe you just take one of them, probably your Lomax. I'll keep an eye on it with my wild cards and shit, but I like it. 422 for 2 hot boy wingers at the 210 mark. Roo.
The J chat worries me. I'm going for Lomax to score more tries than Jenkins. Casey McLean back at centre refuses to pass the ball to Tom Jenkins. He's on the blacklist. Lomax at 330. He's marking up against him. Means Jenkins won't score in the air. I just don't know how he scores. So I'm actually going to triple that, boys.
Yeah,
tripling it.
Yeah, fuck it. Why not?
There you go. That's a bit of bloody constitution about you.
330. Lomax more tries than Jenkins.
I thought you'd lost your constitution.
I thought I had 2. Maybe I have still. We'll see.
I get one good week and I start talking about constitution, mate. Don't worry. And what is Van Helsing doing, Seba?
Van Helsing.
Either team, less than 12.5, Blaze, 5-4-8. 5-4-8.
Righto, brah. Righto, brother.
Right on. What I mean.
All
Was
right.
Van Helsing purely vampires, or was it demons as well?
I never watched it.
Yeah, I watched it.
It was Hugh Jackman with long hair in a black.
How did he
trench
come
coat.
back from that? Yeah, like
I don't know, dude. I don't know. With fucking Kate and Leopold. Wrecked Hugh Jackman. Huge wrecking. Well, probably X-Men.
X-Men. Yeah,
You get
yeah,
fucking Wolverine, you're good to
yeah,
go.
yeah.
Roosters, Raiders, Allianz Stadium, $2 the Roosters, $1.82 the Raiders, the line 1.5 and the total 47.5. Rando.
Going to be dry to finish off the week in Sydney. I do like the Raiders here. They've won their last 4 meetings against the Roosters in Sydney. They have the Roosters. They've only won once at home in their 4 games this season as well. So I don't mind them. For try scorers, I'm looking at Marky Mark here for the Roosters. He scored 6 tries in his last 4 games, and a right centre has scored in 3 of the last 5 games against the Raiders. I think he might be in the 2s, well over the 2s probably.
Marky Mark, I think he's in the 1s.
He's in the 1s.
I think he's
He's
in the
back on the
ones.
right wing, that's true.
He's on the wing. Yeah, he's on the wing.
195.
Ones.
One.
Still 190 for Mark, who has literally not. He's like scored in fucking a million games in a row. I don't mind him for 190. I've got Roosters. I think I don't know why. This is pure vibe for me here, but sometimes you just got to listen to your heart when it's calling to you. And I've got the Roosters.
There's nothing else you can do.
I don't know where you're going. I don't know why. Listen to your heart before you tell them goodbye.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Who sang that?
Heaps of people probably. I know there's a nice remix we used to listen to. Listen to your heart when it.
Or like a techno remix. Real kind of like vertical limit era, you know, like that time of my life.
Great movie.
Yeah.
Great movie.
Great movie. Incredible CGI at the start.
R.I.P. Bill Paxton. I'm taking Roosters. I'm BYOing my own line as well. I'm feeling myself this week. I'm going Roosters -6.5 into mark. The Roosters are they're a good team. They're a bit weird and they're a bit all over the shop, but then they are good. They are not a false economy, but that's how I feel anyway. Roosters -6.5 into mark 425.
Boys, my favourite CBA of 2025 gets an opportunity to start in this game. Knick-knack, Owen, Paddy Whack. He's at $5.60. I simply cannot leave my boy out in the cold, so I'll be taking him this week.
Knick-knack, Owen, Paddy Whack. I like it. 560, I like it. He's not starting or he's starting?
No, he's starting.
Just
Tom
starting's
Starling's
out.
suspended. I think Paddy's going to be a weapon over the next few years. So keep an eye out for a 40-20 this week from the kid.
Okay.
Huge boot.
Wish you could still bet on those
Yep.
bloody.
I spent 20 minutes looking for it last night.
Yeah,
Can
no.
confirm
No,
you
you
can't
can't
bet
do
on
on
it.
player
That's
props,
so
lad.
Unlike Tom, who's got a real vibe for the Roosters, I'm vibeless on this game. Completely and utterly vibeless. Have been trying to generate something from the ether. Nothing coming to me, so I'm gonna play both sides. Double ender stuff. You slip on, I'll slip on. We'll meet in the middle. For a bit of a rub. Fullbacks. Tedesco and KO week, $6.64. Jump on, I'll jump on. We'll meet in the middle for a bit of a rub bet.
I just think about, like, in fucking 15 years' time, one of your children just happening across that sentence and going, whoa. Now, listen, we've all got those sentences out
We're
there.
trying to drown it through weight. Like, there's so much content.
Oh,
Hopefully
yeah,
it
no.
doesn't get
Hopefully
found.
you don't find that one.
The problem is that it's all like that.
Yeah, exactly. You don't need to just see this episode.
At least you won't have a punters and dribblers to go to watch the
Well,
top
there's
1,000
probably going to be
whatever
one
it is
that's
in a countdown.
We'll bring one
there
back.
might be one
There might be
coming
one
back.
coming back, mate.
We'll see.
Sebo?
I'm just going to go back to what was working for me early on the season because you're talking about getting constitutions back. Not that I lost mine to the weight that maybe Rue has, but I definitely was feeling a few kind of negative weeks, and now I'm kind of coming back and feeling my unders. Early on in the season when I was in Profit Land, Greenland, I was getting a lot of unders bets, and I just think both these sides, the Roosters, half their forwards will probably back up at least. I think they're good defensive teams. They'll try bash each other under 47.5. I've just got a vibe about it. $1.90.
Bit of a Greenland bet, eh?
Yeah, Greenland bet.
And the Lippy, either team less than 10.5, under 47.5, Marky Mark 637.
All right, let's get to our unit scoopers. Just give me a second here. I'm just looking at this game before we get into it. Before you tell them goodbye. Thanks, guys.
No, that's good.
Cheers.
Excellent.
That's pretty cool, man.
When are you touring?
Anyway, that welcomes us to our unit scoopers, punters and dribblers. Roo, what are you doing for your unit scooper this week, buddy?
Recovering.
You need something, mate.
So fucking tell me about it. Cowboys Tigers, as I said, I think that'll be a points-a-thon. It's a shit fight, that game. I think that'll be the highest scoring game this weekend. And then I think the Bunnies and the Wars have a pretty tight, low-scoring affair. I think that'll be the lowest scoring game of the weekend. $15.96.
It's good. It's good. I'll pay that.
It's good. He's good at these.
Yeah. It makes sense, though. Like, Souths don't score many points, but Wayne manages
He
to...
looks happy with himself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
he
like
does.
this. I always like my unit scoopers, but
Always. Okay.
We'll see.
Edward?
I've got my $2 boys. I've been fucking one short a lot on these, so I'm hoping this week is the week. AKP, Taruva, AJ Lomax, 17-10.
Mine, there's a lot that needs to happen, but I don't hate it for some reason. I'm just feeling myself. I've got Storm 13 plus into the Roosters, then Lomax, AJ Coates, 21-20.
Yep.
I've got just 4 legs in the Lego game. Knights, Dragons, just unders there, 45.5. Storm at the line, minus 11.5 against the Titans, whose best players will be backing up from Origin. And then just AJ and a Toops. You just need Savala to do one of those kicks again. Boom. 14-20.
Okay. And our Van Helsing.
Knights, Manly, Bunnies, Roosters, 22-47. Knights, Manly, Bunnies, Roosters, underdog.
All dogs.
Underdog,
Dog. That's a woof bet.
Woof. Righto, Roo.
Roo, Hottie, we're just going to do it here.
all right, my hot seat. I'm going for 3 in a row. I'm going to lean into Lomax just as an anytime try scorer this week. 210.
I like it. I like it. I
but
reckon you can just keep rolling here, bro.
Yeah, you can, but I just hope you don't fuck Lomax for us. That's us. We're done. Congratulations again to the New South Wales Blues. What a win. Famous win. Thank you to Neds, obviously. Thank you to all of you at home who ride with us and that.
Shout out to Nelly. We'd ride with you. That was a track.
Ride with me.
Was it ride with you?
Ride
Do
with
you
me.
want to come and take a ride with me?
Great song.
Great song. All right, see ya.
You win some, you lose more. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website